Hey, what's up, y'all? Jakks79 here. We are back again today with more Sonic the Hedgehog 3 action figures from Jakks Pacific. This is kind of a weird one. We have a 4-pack of the 5-inch figs here. Comes with a Sonic and a Shadow. Looks like the gimmick here is they're supposed to light up. We have a Tails here with an angry face. And my reasoning for the purchase is we get the 5-inch movie Knuckles. So kind of excited to get this in, kind of not. It's a Target exclusive. Kind of feel like it's a slap in the face a little bit because I just dropped like $80, just spending money on the secondhand market to get in the Sonic, Tails, Shadow, and Eggman. And this one just coming out, being a Target exclusive, it's almost like you couldn't have just given us this first with Eggman, just make it a 5-pack. Why not just release the full wave at the same time in the same package? I understand, wanting to make as much money as you could possibly get, but releasing waves of figures, especially when it's the same characters with extra gimmicks so close together, it's almost like you alienate the fan base. You're pandering to the most core of the Sonic fan base because you know that we're going to get every set of figures. I know, I guess kind of a nitpicky, of course, like Martin Jack, you don't have to get them, but when you keep a core character like Knuckles outside of the first wave and you release him in a wave like this, I don't know, it's just a little bit frustrating, but I'm just venting. Let's just crack them open and get them open and see what we got here. And before we get too deep, the remove for Try Me, if you want to look at the light up feature for the figures while you're inside of the store, you just pull this tab and you'll be able to test out the light up function for the figures here. So let's do that. Pretty cool. So the quills light up and the eyes light up. It's pretty sweet. There's a tab for Shadow side as well. So let's pull that as well. And there's the light up feature for Shadow. So gimmicky, but it's pretty cool, especially for the price that we paid for $54.99 to get some light up of 5-inch figures and extra tails and the new Knuckles. So, okay, let's crack these babies open, man, and let's really see what we got going on. And we're back, man. So now we have our Sonic and Shadow, the new ones, and our angry tails and our Knuckles out of the package. There's no denying, they look phenomenal. They really do. Let's get some close-ups here. Sonic here in the package. He does differ slightly from the standard edition. Same thing with Shadow. Knuckles, like I said, was the main reasoning for the purchase. He comes out really good. Really liking the shoes there. Hands. A kitten symbol on the chest there. Purple eyes. I'm very curious on why the Knuckles couldn't come with the light up feature as well. That would have been cool. It's not like he doesn't have the power to light up as well. Tails, angry Tails, just more serious Tails. I like it. I can appreciate it. It's cool, man. Let's get a look at our friends from the back here. We have our Tails. Comes out good. As always with the Tails, you're going to have to balance him on them Tails so if you want him to stand up properly. Sonic and Shadow have screws in the back. It is some battery installation requirements to have the light up feature. Then we have our Knuckles. He's looking good. The socks and shoes. Can really appreciate that. The echidna quills. Really liking that, man. All right, I want to start off with the Knuckles articulation. Like I said, he's the main reason for the purchase today. Head. That is not rotating at all. The quills are blocking that completely. Can't look up, can't look down. It's actually kind of frustrating. I wouldn't have mind making the quills a little bit rubbery so that he can get some head articulation, but as you can see, it's just nothing at all. That's a shame. Arm, kind of the same. You can lift it up, push it back, but again, the quills are so stiff, you're just not getting a whole lot of articulation going on there. So make sure you rotate the arm correctly. Get the butterfly joint of the shoulder angled properly so that you can lift his arm back up. Okay, he does have an elbow joint, as you can see. Hand, rotate 360 degrees. Lift it up slightly, lift it down slightly. Hand, open up. Same thing, issue with the thumb as the other figures. No articulation on the thumb at all. Can make that fisted hand though if you want to get him into like a boxing, punching. As you can see, that arm is a little bit loose. I just now noticed. That's a shame. I'm not making it up. It just falls down. So this one, the other arm is a bit tighter. It's like it's just this one that is a bit loose. Torso, up, down, tilt, and tilt. Rotate 360 degrees. So at least you can rotate the torso that cannot rotate the head. That torso is a bit loose as well. Keep that in mind. Leg, kick forward, kick backwards, knee, all the way. Straighten it out. Thigh rotation, ankle, nothing. Just down, up, and tilt, and a tilt. So, can get him into a running pose if you want. Kind of the same as Sonic. Just have to tilt that properly. Is possible. As you can see, I'll just show you. Angle the legs there, but he will need well, he doesn't even have any peg holes on his feet there, so good luck with that. Angling that properly with that head weight. Okay, there we go. Maybe he can do it. You know, good luck for him to stand on your shelf like that. However, he can get into a running pose if he has some ingenuity there, so that's not bad. Okay, let's compare our tails. This is the single release tails. This is the tails that comes with the pack. So it looks like the movie version of Tails is more accurate on the new release because it has the black tips on the shoes, and this one just has the white tips. But if we look at the promotional imagery for the actual movie, you will see that Tails actually has black tips on his shoes. So I think I prefer the more serious look for Tails. They're kind of encased in a war in this movie, so I feel like it would make more sense to pose them with a serious face. Yeah, the backs is exactly the same. Same with the texture patterning. Not really a difference other than the face and the shoes. I'm not going through the articulation. If you want to see that, I'll post the link to the review of the Tails on the other video. Okay, if we want to compare the two Sonics, this one has a more serious smile on him. I just prefer the more serious action going on for these figures here. It is what it is. This is the more friendly, more casual Sonic. He's just chilling. This looks like he's ready for action. He's ready to go. Definitely have the more detailed quills up top here for the light up function. Let's get another look at that here. Close up. Very nice. The eyes light up blue. The quills light up blue. The back of the quill should light up blue as well. Yeah, it's very nice, man. It is cool. It's, like I said, it's a little bit gimmicky, but for a 5-inch action figure, what we're getting here, I feel like I kind of got my money's worth. Like I said, I wish they would have released this version first rather than this one, even though this is still a grand figure. You know, once you see this one in action, and it's basically the same price, if you separate the 4 and divide it by 54, you're actually getting a deal. So it's almost a no-brainer just to get this 4-pack rather than the single release. But then that's from an adult perspective. I'm sure if you're a parent getting this for your child, you might try to go with this cheaper version. But obviously for the adult collector who's been a Sonic fan for 30 years, this is the one that you're going to want to get. Point blank, period. Okay, kind of the same thing with Shadow here. I will say that I don't think I noticed on the first review, this little patch of fur here at the top of his muzzle, that is clearly supposed to be black. It's actually kind of apparent on this one as well, but this one is more black. So I need to take some black paint and kind of etch that out a bit. I don't know how that got missed, but it is very, very noticeable. It was like 5 of these packages at the Target I got this from. I don't know if I mentioned before, but this is a Target exclusive, FYI. But definitely very noticeable. This is definitely a factory issue. Every Shadow in the 5 packages I saw at my Target had this issue. Other than that, it's exactly the same figure, other than the light up feature, of course. And of course, Shadow's the light up feature is red. It's got the red eyes, the red quills, light up feature in the back. Same thing back here. Very cool. Then, of course, he takes batteries back here as well. You just need a small Phillips head screwdriver to get that out and replace your batteries. I ain't doing that today. Listen, man, it's not rocket science. Obviously, same thing with Sonic. If you've been an avid Sonic fan for the last 30 years, this is the definitive Shadow you're going to want to have on your shelf, the one that's got the light up feature. The little function there to make him light up is kind of noticeable. It's just not that serious, honestly. All right, another treat for y'all. Let's do the light up features with a little bit of a more darkened experience. So, you know, that's freaking cool. This is what you're paying for here, man. That's freaking cool. There's no way. I mean, it's just cool. There's no way around that not being absolutely awesome. Yep. This is what you're paying for right there. We're going to get a look at that from the back here as well. And there you go. Here's what they look like illuminating from the back. It's just cool, man. It is what it is. That glow-in-the-dark feature, this is going to be a huge seller for kids. If you can show your kids what they're getting if they partake in this one here, I mean, it's just cool. Let's do it one more time, man. This is fun. This is definitely something I would have loved to have had as a kid. It's a super awesome feature. So like I said, I'm still upset that they didn't give us these first. Clearly, luckily being a content creator, gives me content to compare the two. But, you know, obviously I just would have rather have been able to spend the money on this first rather than the first versions of them. All right, another little treat for y'all. We have a versus battle. This is our new release of the 4-pack. This is our first wave version of the Sonic 3 figures. Then we go over here. Then we have the Sonic 2 release of the current version of the characters. The only one missing that has any substantiability is the Super Sonic. I know we have like a couple of more, like this powered up version of the Sonic here, which technically, in my opinion, this powered up Sonic from the Sonic 2 line is basically this one, just more exaggerated, just better, you know? So it's pretty much just what it is, man. It was interesting to me, so I figured I'd include it in this video here, especially since I ain't run through all that articulation for the figures that we have multiple different versions of. So let me know in the comments which wave you prefer. Do you prefer the smaller Sonic 2 figs? Do you prefer the light up Sonic and Shadow with the serious Tails and the new Knuckles, or do you prefer the Wave 1 Sonic Shadow and the Happy Tails with the Eggman? Pretty much what I'm going to end up doing is just taking this Eggman and including it in this one here, and then that's what's going to go on the main shelf. That's all it is to it, man. So in closing, like I said, is this wave worth $54.99? Yes. I mean, if we divide $54.99 divided by 4, I mean, you're essentially paying what, $11, $13 per figure, where these were $15 a piece. So yeah, man. And like I said, when it comes to figures in general, if you were to only get one of these waves, I would rather have the Knuckles than the Eggman. But since I'm crazy and a content creator, I got all of them. So, but this is what's going to go on the shelf along with the Eggman, and hopefully, you know, they eventually give us a Super Sonic and a Super Shadow as well. Even though Super Shadow is not confirmed for Sonic 3, I'd be shocked if he doesn't make an appearance, but I think we're at least going to get a Super Sonic. I tell you what, I'd love to get a Super Sonic with the glow-up feature as well. That would be super cool, man. So, okay, I know this one started out a little bit negative, but after going through these, I'm happy with my purchase. What can I say? But like I said, I'm an avid Sonic fan. With a more casual fan, you know, make your decision accordingly, you know, but as a serious Sonic fan, you know, this is where I am personally. So, okay, now let's move everything back to the museum. Let's get our updated shelf and we will begin to close out here. And now we're back, man, and now we have our Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, and our Eggman on the shelf here. And that comes out good, man. I'm really, really satisfied with that. Like I said, I'm still not happy about that price. However, I'm happy with what we got here, $54.99, an additional plus the $80 that I spent for the other wave of Sonic figures. If anybody needs a Shadow, Sonic, and Tails, let me know, because obviously, as you can see, I just don't have the space or the purpose to put them on the main shelf as well. It is what it is, man. So, okay, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. I would really appreciate that. If you're a Sonic fan, go ahead and hit that like button and leave a comment. I'd really appreciate that as well, man. So, if you're enjoying this content, if you enjoyed the Sonic action figures, if you're excited for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie like I am, you're in the right place. Make sure you get subscribed. I've been a Sonic fan since I was a 5-year-old boy. That's over 31 years now, man, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So, you can follow me at youtube.com/smartjack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank you for the support, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.